31 horror movie reviews in 31 days. I thought long and hard about what movie to pick for the final selection. There's a movie in the 80s called The Last Horror Movie. Maybe I could pick a classic. Maybe one of the Halloweens. Maybe just pick a different genre to screw with the flow a little bit. But in the end, I did go with a classic from 1959 starring Vincent Price. This is House on Haunted Hill.
I'm Frederick Lauren, and I've rented the house on Haunted Hill tonight so that my wife can give a party. A haunted house party. She's so amusing. There'll be food and drink and ghosts, and perhaps even a few murders. You're all invited.
Along with you, the viewer, 5 people are invited to stay at the house. A test pilot, a journalist, a woman who works for him, a shrink, and the owner of the house, who believes that it is haunted and anyone who stays the night will be killed. If you stay the night without being killed, you will receive $10,000. The owner of the house tells us that 7 people have been killed there, including his brother, which is why he inherited the house, and his brother's wife. Their bodies were found, but their heads weren't. He agrees to give us a tour of the house, including a bloody spot on the ceiling and the acid pit, because all the deaths there have been sort of mysterious.
See that stain? Blood. A young girl was killed here. And whatever got her wasn't human. Don't stand there.
What do you mean? Where?
Destroys everything with hair and flesh. Just leaves the bones.
The employee and the test pilot stick behind a little bit, mostly so he can flirt with her, and she sees a ghost. Not once, but twice. She wanted to leave and not even try to collect the $10,000, but the caretakers locked the door early and she is stuck there. She decides to lock herself in her room, but finds a head in her luggage. She tries to tell everybody, but no one believes her, until the test pilot goes to look for her. She's not in her room and has gone missing, but he finds a head in her closet, which he immediately grabs and carries around the house to prove that she wasn't lying. Okay, so I'm gonna ruin the ending. There were no ghosts. It was all a murder plot by the wife and her boyfriend, the shrink, to kill Vincent Price so she could inherit all his money. There's a small problem in the "there are no ghosts" though, and that is this scene. I know that scene looks a lot like the other scene, but Norma wasn't around this time. This wasn't set up to drive her crazy like everything else in the movie. This was a legitimate ghost attack. Nobody else was around. There is no reason for anyone to do this to this woman other than ghosts. It's such a small part of the movie, no one's going to remember this scene. But yeah, this is the only paranormal actual ghost activity in this movie. Overall, as a horror movie, yeah, probably not a horror movie. Yeah, the last horror movie I reviewed ended up not being a horror movie. Sorry, those things happen. I only saw the remake and there's a shitload of ghosts in that movie. This one is kind of a murder, revenge, mystery movie. What are you gonna do? But I still argue, as I said, there is a ghost in this movie. Despite what the movie tells you, there is a ghost. It's still a well acted, well put together, well thought out, and well plotted movie. It moves along at a good pace, and it's honestly pretty good. So, what do we learn? If your wife plots your murder more than once, it might be a you problem. This movie gets 7 actual haunted houses out of 10. Sure, it's not scary, probably not a horror movie, but it's still really well done and a great movie. All the acting is terrific. It's well paced, it's well directed, and it's a classic. It's something you probably should have watched by now, and if you haven't, link in the description. Thank you for watching, and as always, I shall try to do better next time. Here is a clip from a horror movie I did not review this month.
I am Triton, the Archangel. You've overstepped your line again, Bob. It is the Creator's highest law that keeps you in your dark place, and yet you and your brethren still insist on coming into this world to try and steal a place in the world of the living. When will you ever learn?